Bold prediction from Jeremy Fowler, who covers the Steelers, is that they will trade Antonio Brown as soon as possible after seriously contemplating releasing him outright. Fowler points out that releasing Brown with a post-June 1st designation would save the team around $15 million in salary cap space. I read through this whole thing. He also talks about how they kind of need to reset the culture there and acknowledging what will and will not be acceptable. Do you believe this bold prediction? Will AB be out of Pittsburgh soon?
100%. There is no way you can bring AB back into your locker room in Pittsburgh. NFL locker rooms are a lot like a marriage. And you're going to go through some tough times, but you have to get through them if you work together, if you keep that trust. We saw that in New England this year. AB broke the trust of his teammates in Week 17, Greeny. They no longer can sit there and go, we totally trust this guy to be a part of our locker room. We can count on him week after week. Once you lose trust in a marriage, it's almost impossible to get it back. The same in an NFL locker room. So I don't see any possible way that you can bring him back to your locker room and say, hey, Big Ben, trust this guy again. Or, hey, stars of our locker room, you can rely on AB because of that 1 week. And to be honest with you, Greeny, if you're any other team looking to bring AB into your locker room, you have to vet your leaders. You have to vet your veteran players, your quarterback, and go, do you feel comfortable with this because of what happened in that 1 week?
Look, and he has made it pretty evident from his actions on social media, et cetera. He doesn't want to go back anyway. So it may be something that is very much a mutual feeling. Now, where might he wind up? Speaking of him, we have another bold prediction. This one comes from our Raiders reporter, Paul Gutierrez, who writes that the Oakland Raiders, this is his prediction, will make a legitimate run at Antonio Brown. Gutierrez points out that John Gruden called Brown, quote, the hardest working player he has ever seen in practice, and that includes Jerry Rice. So do you buy it? Do you buy Antonio Brown to the Raiders?
Absolutely. When you look at Derek Carr in 15 and 16, he had Amari Cooper, Michael Crabtree. Those 2 years he throws for 60 touchdowns because he had good players around him. If you look at Derek Carr last year, his leading receiver, Jared Cook's a tight end. He's going to be a free agent. And then a running back in Jalen Richard. So you've got to find ways to give this guy some weapons. Very rarely do quarterbacks in like their second or third year into the NFL figure it out, play really well, and then all of a sudden, oh, this guy's not good again, Greeny. So I love AB there. But we talked about this. Gruden's also the guy that canned Keyshawn Johnson down in Tampa Bay. So the big thing is Derek Carr mature enough, strong enough, confident enough to handle AB?
Here's the part of the thing I don't fully understand. When Amari Cooper left Oakland and got to Dallas, the basic feeling, and we're going to talk about Dak Prescott a little later in a different context, was, well, he's finally the weapon that Dallas needed. He's finally the guy who gives some legitimacy to the outside for the Cowboys, and Dak Prescott was able to demonstrate he's a good quarterback. Why in the world was he not able to do that in Oakland with Derek Carr? Why did it not work there? I guess what I'm saying is they had a legit threat on the outside and chose to trade him away. I don't understand how those two things go together.
Well, I don't know what Amari Cooper's like in practice, but I will say this. We know that John Gruden loves the Gruden grinder, guys that will absolutely grind. Maybe Coop didn't practice the way that John Gruden wanted him to. And no matter the player that he was, you know what, Amari, you're not going to be the practice player that I want, so you got to go. And that's maybe another tie to that Antonio Brown fascination, is Antonio Brown's renowned for that grind work ethic. And so maybe he loves that just as much as he loves the player.
It's so complicated with the Raiders because there are two things about them we don't know. The first of them is where they're going to play next year. And maybe for the purposes of this discussion of greater consequence, does John Gruden believe that Derek Carr is his quarterback when he gets to Vegas in 2 years? If you bring him a legitimate threat on the outside, maybe he has a better chance to prove he is, but I'm not convinced that John thinks he is.
Oh, I agree. And here's the reality is they have all those stockpile draft picks for a reason. And there's some good college receivers coming out as well, but it starts with Derek Carr. If you believe Derek Carr is a guy, and I do, then you absolutely call Pittsburgh and go, hey, what's the AB situation like? Can we give you a first-round pick and see if we can get AB off of your hands? Because as good as some of those college kids are, they're not a guy who's had 600-yard catch seasons in a row in the NFL.